Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome to the Winter Wonderland event for Ark Survival Ascended for 2023. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to show you as if you are downloading this mod on single player settings. You want to click mod settings up at the top, and then towards the bottom where it says get mods, you click that, type in winter in the top right. And you'll see this right here, Winter Wonderland, with a space in between. Click on that and go ahead and install. And it's going to go ahead and install it, therefore allowing you to put this onto your single player, or for those of you that are playing on a server, this will allow you to activate this on your server as well. If you're on official, PvE, PvP, it will automatically download for you because the devs do that for you. Click on mod settings up at the top, available mods, and then you want to click on Winter Wonderland. Make sure that you activate the mod right down here at the bottom, hit update, and then do single player. All of the craftable items for the Winter Wonderland can be found in the smithy here, and when you access the inventory, you know that you have the event activated when you can see the holiday folder. And I just want to say this, for every item that you do craft, when the mod gets deactivated off of your server, you do get to keep these items as long as you crafted them. Now I want to point out that they require coal and mistletoe for you to craft. If you collect coal, if you collect mistletoe, and the event ends, the coal and mistletoe will vanish from your inventories. The only things that will stay that is permanent are the items that you do craft. You'll notice that they require pretty much every single item that is in here. They require coal and mistletoe, and they also require some things like pelt or even wood or fiber and even hide. So just make sure that you have all the resources available for you ready to go. Also, I just want to point out in the smithy that you do have other folders. You have the emotes and you also have the structures, and these will come into play later. And if you're curious for the math that's involved here, you need a total of 267 coal and a total of 315 mistletoe to craft the total of 46 items that they have added that are craftable within the smithy themselves. Just as a heads up so that you know that's how much you need for the smithy craftables. One of the ways that you can get coal and mistletoe in this event is by going after RaptorClauss, and if you go into your inventory and look at the time, you do need to make sure that it is at midnight. Once the clock does reach at 24.00 or at 0000 is what it will read, you will hear the noise of RaptorClauss arriving, and I highly recommend for those of you to get on a Rhino, which is the fastest tame in the sky. The Pterodon is also equally quick, but the stamina you do have to worry about, and there you heard it right then and there, RaptorClauss has appeared, so you do need to locate him on the map. So we're gonna fly around until we do find him, and it looks like that's him right there in the distance where my cursor is on the screen. So let me fly over there and get to him a little bit quicker. And there he is, flying high in the sky. He's above the world border right there. You can see that he's in the sled with all the reindeer. It's kind of cute actually. But just like in ASE, he should be dropping presents, and there you go. As he flies across the sky, you will notice that he's dropping presents. Now, I'm not sure if his path is the same every single time, so just as a heads up, that's where I'm located on the map, which is at Herbivore Island in the southeast corner, and it looks like he's flying to the northwest. You need to make sure that you chase the presents down to the ground. He will drop a line of them as he flies as well, so you'll need to keep eye contact with all the presents that he does drop. So it's a really good idea if you have a friend with you that can also harvest the gifts as they drop from the sky to do that as well too. When the gift is landed, you go up to the inventory, you access it, and you can go ahead and put all of that into your inventory, and you will notice that you get various different types of resources as well as pre-crafted items. And here we go, a chibi. There's one. Here's two. The third one actually landed inside of the mesh, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to grab it. Here's the fourth one, and this is actually the first BP that I've gotten. This one's number 5. And this one here is number 6. And there is the chibi RaptorClauss. This is one of the exclusive new chibis, and you can only get this by the drops from RaptorClauss himself. Let's go ahead and put that into our inventory, and I'll show it to you after I get the other new chibi, the hyena deer. With the Winter Wonderland, there is also something with the fireplace. Now, for this to work, you will need to have a holiday tree nearby, and you can craft that inside the smithy, so just make sure that you are able to do so. It is a little bit expensive on the coal and the mistletoe, but if you chase RaptorClauss a few times, you'll have your mistletoe and coal to craft it. You have to have a holiday tree nearby, and you need to go up to the inventory of your fireplace, make sure you have mistletoe and coal in there, and then you can craft one of 4 different items. You can only craft one per day cycle, which is a RaptorClauss letter, and one that can give you have a chance of receiving either a saddle, a piece of armor, a weapon, or even a cryoed dino. You also need to make sure that you have a bed nearby. So when the nighttime comes around, you'll need to be laying in your bed in order for you to receive your gift around your tree. So it's a good idea to also have your tree not butted up against a wall as well too. I've learned that the hard way, but let me just show you what happens. So you turn on the fire. Let's go ahead and craft our letter to RaptorClauss for the saddle. I'm just going to show you what happens. In the bottom right hand corner, you will notice that there is now a neutral icon. Now, if you do not do anything right now, and let's say if you just lay in your bed, and let's skip forward the time. If you skip forward the time to nighttime right before RaptorClauss comes, you need to make sure that you are laying in a bed for this to work. But because I haven't done anything, and because it says neutral in the bottom right hand corner, if I hold H, it says he sees you when you're sleeping. Then he will drop you a gift at the tree. So did you see that little sparkle there? So now if I get up and walk over to it, I can tell you right now it's going to be mistletoe. Yep, sure enough, there it is. And the reason why he did not give me a saddle is because I didn't do anything. You'll also notice that the icon for the neutral in the bottom right hand corner has since disappeared. So how do we change that? So you have 2 different paths that you can take when you craft the letter. You can either go super nice or you can go super naughty, and depending on what you do, it has consequences for your actions. So let me explain it by doing this. I'll show you what happens when you become super naughty at first. So I'm gonna craft the saddle right here, and in the bottom right hand corner, there we go, there is the neutral icon. Now I'm going to run over here, and this is a very rudimentary setup for breeding Rexes. I just want to show you that, like, again, there's a couple of different ways you could do this, but I will say it's probably best to do this in a controlled situation, which is why I'm doing it with my breeding setup. So I have this Oviraptor that is collecting all of the fertilized eggs here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take let's take about 15 eggs. And I'm going to toss them out. And the reason why I'm only doing 15 is because some of these will be born as twins or even triplets. Let me go ahead and make sure that this is off though. And when we pop these out, they will incubate in the center because I have air cons below. You can go out in the wild and you can delete all of the baby dinos. This is actually how you get the naughty meter up. Alright, there we go. Those have all hatched, so let's get on the thyla and let's start munching. And you'll notice that the meter is going up. Well, it's going to the left. And if you read the bottom right hand corner, it says super naughty now. So that is the most extreme that the meter can be. And the reason, again, why I'm doing this in my breeding setup is because I can control exactly how many, or I can control the circumstances here, because if I was out in the wild and I accidentally killed a Rex or a Raptor, something that was aggressive, it will counter what I have just done. So it's best to do it in a controlled situation if you can manipulate the circumstances. So now it's time to wait until nighttime. So I have a bed nearby, and I will caution all of you that this is dangerous to do inside of your base. I would not recommend that you do this, especially when the meter at the bottom right says super naughty. When nighttime rolls around, this is where things are going to get crazy. I also want to point out that I do have God mode on, and I'll show you why in just a moment here. You want to give it a few seconds, and something should happen. There we go. And I don't know if you guys heard that or saw that, but there was a wild dino that spawns. I have had Capros spawn and pull me right out of the bed, so you need to be incredibly careful. It seems to drop you the exact same loot every single time. Also, I just want to give a heads up, if you are after the Krampus skin, this is exactly how you get it as well too. You need to make sure that your meter is on super naughty, and you don't have to necessarily be in a bed, but I'm always going to sleep in a bed just because I want to keep the situation controlled, and you have a very, very, very slim chance of actually getting the Krampus skin. This is actually my 4th time doing it. I think I'm actually pretty lucky here of getting it, but you do have a chance of getting the Krampus skin around your bed as one of the gift piles, as you can see here.
You just got attacked by a capra.
Yes. I got the Krampus skin.
Oh.
There we go. So that's how you get the Krampus skin, is by... You do have to be naughty, and you have to... There's just a small rare chance of getting it, but that means that you do have to take quite a bit of risk there in order to get it. But let's see what it looks like.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Holy crap. So at first I wasn't sure why you would want to do the whole naughty feature, but that is absolutely gnarly. Look at that tongue hanging out. So if you are gonna do this, because of the simple fact that wild dinos do spawn, I must have done this about 4 times with the meter all the way on very naughty, and slept in the bed, and I noticed there were 4 packages. That's actually how I knew that this time was successful. But it seems like it's down to RNG, but that is the way that you get the Krampus skin, guys, is by literally being super naughty, sleeping in the bed. You don't even have to sleep in the bed at night, but that is really cool. Absolutely amazing. This is definitely one of the best skins, so I can see a lot of people definitely rolling the dice here in order to get this. This is a really beautiful skin, and the bells that hang off of the horns as well look really good. So let's craft the letter again. And I am using the saddle just as a control here, just so that you can see exactly what we get. And now let's go out and get the meter to go to nice, and how you do that is by killing off all of the aggressive dinos that you see on the map. So let's go to Carno Island. So here at Carno Island, the reason why I'm here is because everything that does spawn at this island is naturally aggressive. So we're gonna walk around and we're gonna delete as much as we can. And as I do this, you'll notice that the meter is ever so slightly going to the right. Not much. Keep in mind that as you do take out dinos at the very top of your screen, if anything is highlighted in green, that means that it is counting towards like the super nice, and you see where it highlights red? That means that the creature that I took out right there is one that will counter my meter, because that is a super naughty creature to go after. So like the nicer dinos, like you want to avoid those. Basically, if you want your meter to be nice, you need to take out aggressive creatures. And there we go. It's ticked over there to super nice. So that is the most extreme that you can get it. So now let's go back to base. Let's go into a bed and let's wait for nighttime to fall. And there we go. There's our gift. So let's take a look at it. And it gave us a primitive Megalania saddle. So I already did this before as well too, just to test this, and it also gave me a primitive Capro saddle. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. Why it's only giving me primitive. I'm not entirely sure if you can get a better quality or not, but as far as what I'm seeing, it's just giving out primitive stuff. Let me test the other ones as well too. I'll test the armor, the weapon, and then I really want to test the Cryo Dino, but I'm only going to bring the meter to nice for those ones. Alright, let's test the armor. So let's pick up the pants. Primitive hide pants. Not really worth it. Let's try the weapon. Let's see what kind of armor or weapon we get. Just a regular primitive long neck. The loot doesn't seem that great, but let's try the final one, which is the Cryo Dino. Let's try the Cryo Dino. And let's get the meter to super nice. And there's our cryo. Let's see what's in it. Dimorphodon, and it's a juvenile as well too, if you read that. A juvenile Dimorphodon, and it looks like it has event colors as well. Now for the second event creature that you will need to focus on is the Reindeer, and I've noticed that these spawn in the ice area. That's where I was located on the map. This is what the Reindeer looks like. It's basically just a reskinned Megaloceros, and you'll notice that it has mistletoe on its horns right there. Now, in order for you to interact with the Reindeer, you also need rock carrots. So you'll notice on my last hotbar, I have 99 rock carrots. I also have some in my inventory, which means that you will need to make sure that your gardens are up to date. I also noticed that nothing seems to aggro onto these, but you might want to clear the area just in case ahead of time, just so that you can interact with the Reindeer. So I'm going to go ahead and land the Rhino over here, and I'm going to walk right up to it. When you walk up to the Reindeer and you mount it, you'll be prompted with this little carrot that is on a string dangling in front of your camera, and you need to click F when the carrot goes into the bullseye. You'll notice too, every time that you feed it, it gets the little hearts, it runs around. You actually control, by the way, where it's running. Now, this drops you a little bit of mistletoe and coal every single time that you do a successful feed to it, and it gets a little bit faster. It dangles a little bit quicker in front of your screen. And the biggest question that I had was, what happens if you miss it? And I'll show you what happens in just a moment here. But basically, it's a little mini game. You don't necessarily need to feed it all the way through. This is just a different means allowing you to get mistletoe and coal, because the other methods are much harder than this. This is actually quite easy to do on your own. But as you fly through the sky, you need to make sure that you feed it, and oh, here we go. The first wrong feed. And basically, yeah, you just fall to your death. I probably should have also mentioned that it's a good idea that you stay low to the ground for this one, because if you do miss it like I did right there, you'll be kicked off and you'll fall to your death, which I did not realize, but hey, this is a good learning point for all of us. The next creature that is on our list that's also located in the snow biome is a white gigantopithecus, and it's basically an abominable snowman. This thing always spawns at level 250, and you need to be very careful because it does hit very hard. I'm just going to get lower so I can show you exactly what happens when you are in the range of it. The abdominal snowman do hit really hard, and you'll notice that in the top right hand corner that I have a debuff right there, and it says frosty, which does mean that I do move slower. Even with a very high level rhino right here, level 338, this thing does not do as much damage. So you're probably wondering what is one of the best things that can do damage, and well, it's no surprise that the car can do most of the damage to this. So let's go get our car. The best thing to use against the Abominable Snowman are the cars. They do the most damage possible in a quick amount of time. Plus, with their healing, they're absolutely monsters. I'll show you the stats of this once that this Abominable Snowman is dead. So I'm just going to go ahead and bite, and if you hit it for a headshot, you'll notice that I'm doing about over 2,000 per bite. But it does a lot of damage to me, so that's something that you need to be careful about. That's why I'm using the car, just because of the amount of healing that it can do when it does have that buff activated. And there you go. From killing an Abominable Snowman, you get exactly 30 mistletoe as well as 30 coal in your inventory. So that is something that gives you a lot more, but I will say this, it is incredibly difficult to kill the Abominable Snowman, so you really should only be going after this unless you have some really good mounts. This car was a level 110, and it has almost all of its levels put into melee damage at 300%, and then some points in his stamina as well, just to keep it moving that much more. I have a primitive saddle on it as well too, that you can see there. So the Abominable Snowman, they give a lot, but just make sure that you are ready to take a beating, because that thing does deliver a beating to you. The third creature that is on our list that is new, that was added in, is called Santa's Big Helper. So this creature, I am on my car right now. This creature does naturally aggro you. You can see right there, it just automatically starts hitting you. Unlike the Abominable Snowman, this thing only spawns in at level 100, and you can find it all over the ice biome. And there you go, it's pretty much one shot. I didn't even see what it gave me there, but it was only 15 coal and 15 mistletoe. My car here only has 67 stacks on it, so this is a little bit easier than killing the Abominable Snowman, but they are all over, so like already there's one right there to my right. They're very quick and easy to take out as long as you have a good mount to get rid of them. For this last creature, we are going to be looking at the Pego Grouch. Now, this is saved for last for a number of reasons, and it's just because it's a very annoying to do. And I set up this little box right here. It's a 2x3. You can design this however which way you want. It doesn't need to be like this, but it's just a basic and simple trap. You need to first locate your Pego, because they can spawn all along the beaches, everywhere on the island, in locations along the beach where a normal Pego would spawn. They will aggro onto you, and here's the reality of this creature, is that in addition to it aggroing onto you, it will have to steal a gift from you. So in my inventory, you'll notice that I have kibble, because I tried using kibble, but it didn't work. There are these gift boxes here. You will need a total of 3 gift boxes per Pego. So when I scope in on this one, you'll notice that it's level 100, because every single one of them will spawn in level 100. It says stolen gifts 0 out of 3. So you need to let it steal gifts from you. But here's the issue, is that when it does actually steal gifts from you, it will run away, and it's really far away. And I've tried this on a couple other Pegos, and the simple reality is they ran into the woods, never to be seen again, and they didn't come back for a second time to get another gift. So you need to make sure that you can trap them. It's less of a headache if you can do this, but let's see if we can get this one to come over to us. So I'm going to stand over here. I have, like I said, I have the gifts in my inventory. The moment that it starts aggroing, I'm going to run back to my cage. It's not far at all. Making sure I'm lined up. And it sees me. I'm going to stand on the edge, fall in, and it's gone ahead and glitched in. So there you go, it's stolen a package from me right there, and it's gonna run, and it wants to run. So if this thing were not in a cage right now, it would literally book it into the woods, never to be seen from again. So it's only stolen one gift. You'll have to wait a specific amount of time for it to come back and steal another gift again. I'm just going to stand here until it takes another one from me. In order for you to make these gifts, I forgot to mention this, by the way, you do actually need to craft them inside of the holiday folder in the smithy under structures, just as a heads up. So you will already need mistletoe and a little bit of coal. There you go. There's the second one that's stolen. 2 out of 3. I did start off with 8 gift boxes. And that should have been 3 out of 3 right there. Let me just double check. Can't see anything with him. He didn't take a piece of kibble. He did take the package. So let's see what happens to him at the end of this. That was 3 packages that he stole from me. And my Pego happens to be bugged out. He's not stealing anything. He's not doing anything. He's just literally stuck in the wall. About 2 minutes in real time has passed and he's not done a single thing. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Pego is a little bit janky to do. I really don't recommend doing this, but here's what you do get from him. I went ahead and clicked F to pick up all. So go to my inventory. I got a set of Mastercraft Ghillie gauntlets that was pre-made. I got some coal, a gigaheart, which seems to be a common thing because Tyrant also did this as well too, and he picked up a gigaheart as well. And I got some mistletoe right there. If you want my honest opinion though, the pegomastax really is not the best option to be going after the gifts or to be going after for resources. The RaptorClauss will give you the best types of resources out of all of them, but it's basically up to you. I just wanted to show you one of the best ways, in my opinion, of getting the loot from the pegomastax, like how to give it all 3 of the gifts. Once you have gone around and you have collected all of the resources available, it is time for you to craft the stuff in the smithy. First, I just want to say this though, between all of the event creatures that have been added into the game, this is a personal opinion and feel free to disagree with me, but the Rideable Reindeer is definitely the easiest one, and then of course RaptorClauss is the easiest one to fly after. All you need is a quick Pteranodon, and you can basically gather all of the loot from there. Plus it's where the chibis are. If you do want to get the exclusive chibis that I have on me right now, you will need to go after RaptorClauss at midnight. Let's go ahead and check those out first. I'm just going to equip them because these are the new creatures. So I'm not going to look at every single one of the items in the holiday smithy, but this is a really cute chibi. It's a little hyena with antlers. The speckled spots on it, I'm not sure if that's actually colored exactly like a hyena is, but I like the green coloration on that too. That looks quite nice. The other chibi that is different is RaptorClauss. So let's look at that. I'm assuming, yeah, it's just a raptor with a Santa hat, which that's a nice collectible, and it will be a very rare chibi since you can only get this during this event, or whenever you have the mod activated on your server or on your single player setting. Into the holiday event, I've gone ahead and spawned in all of the mistletoe and the coal, and like I said, I'll be putting the GFIs in the comments below, so look out for that. You can go through and you can craft every single one of these items. The Megaloceros reindeer costume, you actually equip that on to a deer that you have tamed. The Christmas skin bolas, you equip that onto your bolas. You have the festive dino candy, which you feed to your dinos. You have a chance of getting a rare one, and then sometimes you just get the crappy primitive versions. I'll actually look and see what I get here. Yep, so there's a primitive. So this should only give me about 5% movement speed. Yep, there we go. Primitive again for the second one. And let's see, yep, we got a Mastercraft. And that will give me 10% on the movement speed there. So, going back up to just the regular skins, you have all of, like, the swimming trunks. Like, all of this is not new. A lot of this is basically just reskin from Ark Survival Evolved. But, like I said, you will need quite a bit of coal and mistletoe. Again, 267 coal, 315 mistletoe to craft one of everything. But this is the biggest thing that I wanted to craft, which is the Krampus skin. So I'm going to go ahead and make one of those. And the Dino Santa hat skins, you can get those from killing the Pegomastax Grouch, by the way. You don't actually have to craft those. If you find a Pegomastax Grouch, you can kill it, and it will give you not only coal, but mistletoe, and then that Santa hat there in a bag. But you have the Dino Santa hat skin right here, which is different. And then you also have just the regular Santa hat for your person for you to wear. There's a lot of different items that you can craft and you can put on. The emotes, though, I do want to look at those because those are brand new. So I will craft both of those. I'll go into structures and I will craft all of these here. So the holiday lights, I'm really curious about that, but I'm going to craft one of everything here just because this looks really good. The Christmas tree, I've never had a Christmas tree in Ark before, so I'm really excited to be able to play with this. And then the smithy skin, which is also new. I'll craft that up. I'm just looking through and making sure that I haven't missed anything at all. The candy cane club skin, I believe that was in ASE. But either way, it's pretty straightforward with the rest of this. I'll go ahead and craft one of these as well too, and I'll put on a sweater. And then, why not, I'll put on some swim trunks as well. I think I can put on the swim trunks. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of these. I'm gonna go ahead and just place as much of this stuff into my inventory as I can. This right here will also change the color of your dino. By the way, the candy not only gives it a 10% speed boost, but it also gives it a temporary, and that's only, like I said, it's only temporary here, the speed boost is, and it's only for 24 hours, but it will actually change the color of your dino for that brief amount of time. There's the Hearth Forge that I'm going to take, the skin for that. I'll take a gift, because why not, and then I don't have a moose to put this on, but that's okay. It was in Ark Survival Evolved, it's nothing new. So that's the new skin right there. Let me go ahead and remove my hat as well. So it looks like I'm just in the Santa outfit. Alright, moving on to the other thing, we also have the snowman, which snaps to foundations, of course it does, and then you can place it outside and there's a cute little snowman. This would look really good in the Arctic, but it looks very odd when it's in, you know, the hot, like, climate like this. It doesn't really make any sense visually. You also have a Christmas wreath that you can place. And that's really good. I will craft up quite a few of those because as decorations, they're basically few and far between in Ark Survival Ascended. You also have these Christmas stockings here, and this would look really good over a fireplace. You also have the holiday lights. They actually light up as well. Oh, fantastic. That is fantastic. Let me try it at nighttime and see what it looks like. Yeah, at nighttime they look really good as well. That's really nice, actually. Let's try the holiday tree. Damn, that's actually pretty big. That's pretty big. And then if you wanted to, you could decorate it with those little gift boxes like that. And then you can also, like, if you guys don't know this, you can actually set the gift and you can put stuff inside of it for, like, your friends that are playing on the server with you. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Shiver emote and then the Snow Angel emote. I'll consume that. Go into Winter Wonderland and Snow Angel. Oh! That's so cool! Wow, that's a very lengthy emote as well. That's a really good one. I'm really impressed. And then let's try Shiver. Oh, that's really cute. You do a little jig. Alright, let's try out some of the other cosmetic skins. I will put on I'll just put on the sweater just to show you, like, this is a sweater, like, it's nothing different. Oh, I can actually put on the shorts. Oh, but they turn in, like, to actual bikini bottoms, which is quite nice. And, let me see, I'll put on the hat, why not? Let me take off the old Santa hat, and let me put on this one. And yeah, that's basically it. And you can do that for, like I said, with all of the different types of holiday shirts, you can do it with that. The bola skin goes obviously on the bola. So let's go ahead and equip that. Let me throw them out, because like I'm really curious at this. They look really good, actually. I'm gonna bowl this like turtle of mine. That is really cool. I like that a lot. Bowl of the chibi. Really good work though, seriously. And then onto the other cosmetics. I've tried all the other stuff except for the Forge skin. So let me put this up. And so this is the Forge before. And then let's do after. Ooh. Love the candles, love the bow. Very good work on the detail. Looks really nice. That looks very, very good. And then the last and final thing that I have to test with you all is the Workshop Smithy skin. So I want you guys to notice this as well too. I have the skin still in my inventory for the Holiday Forge because you only need to craft it once and then you can use it multiple times on everything in your base. Same thing with the Workshop Smithy skin. So place that over top and there you go. Except my Smithy was backwards when I placed it. And that's what it looks like. I'll go ahead and put it on the smithy inside of the base as well, and hopefully this one's not backwards. If it is, I'll just move it. There we go. But a proper little work, like a toolbox, and you crafting a little wooden dinosaur with hot cocoa. Very well done, by the way. I love all the skins. I love the structures. I still have my cooking pot skin over here from the turkey trials. I really like what they're doing, and I really do enjoy this Winter Wonderland mod that they have for us. And I really do hope that this video was helpful for you. If it was, please consider liking and subscribing as it does help out my channel a lot. I really hope that this was thorough and gave you guys all of the information that you need. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.